All right, here. I'm live. Good. Well, I'd say this. I was listening to Secretary of State Christian, I think I'm pronouncing it right, Christian Nielsen, I guess that's how you pronounce her name. But what she said in the press conference, Sarah Sanders, Secretary of Press Sarah Sanders, she is so right what she said about immigration and immigration laws and everything else. 100% right what she said. I mean, I can say is this. What they're doing are enforcing the laws. They don't make the laws. They don't make them. They're enforcing them. And what's going on for years, the Trump administration says, no, it's not happening no more. And I support them on that. And millions of Americans like me do support them on that. Anyway, I mean, if you break laws, stuff like that, families get separated. It's an unfortunate side effect, but it happens. What's happening throughout the years, and the press won't tell you this, but a lot of these kids were sent by their parents. A lot of these kids were trafficked across the border for like sex slavery, labor slavery, everything else, for drug trafficking and everything else. So they use them as pawns and stuff like that. And a lot of times, too, when these people bring these kids across the border, and I heard this from Immigration Customs Enforcement, the head honcho on this one, says a lot of these kids didn't belong to those parents any damn way. Yes. I mean, you're going on TV crying crocodile tears. I see all these lip-tart politicians, stuff like Nancy Pelosi and all them crying on national TV, but they don't tell you the real issue here. This is the whole double standards of the lip-tarts any fucking way. It's about ignoring. It's about getting fucking useless. It is fucking useless. What I can understand is, how can you raise hell about this when the issue's been going on for years? But ignore the fact that a lot of these kids were coming across the border illegally, not by choice, traffic, or taken advantage on by smugglers any damn way. They've been abused and shit like that going across the border. And how can you ignore the fact that a lot of kids are being killed in Maine by illegal immigrants in the United States? Anyway, I can tell you story after story of what happened in Detroit or in Chicago or in Maryland. Where in Maryland, I believe a 13-year-old girl got beaten to death by baseball bats by MS-13 gang members because she wasn't a good enough prostitute. Yet I don't hear no word from the libtard media about this whatsoever. And this is the part right here that really irks my ass on this whole issue. The libtard media and the leftards has very selective outrage. They don't get the full story. All they do is show some attention setter with kids crying, stuff like that. Yes, it sucks. But when you break the law, when you break immigration law, stuff like this, it happens. Happens. Nobody says it's right. And this whole problem, like the Department of Homeland Security said, all this can be solved if Congress can get off their ass and change the laws. That's all they have to do is change the laws. You see, here's the thing: the libtards and stuff, this expects them to ignore the law. You cannot ignore the fucking law. Laws are in place for a reason. You cannot pick and choose what laws you can and cannot enforce. You just can't. This is a guy. I mean, I worked with law enforcement there for the past 27 years, basically, starting in 2000 in corrections, force protection, and here on out. So I know in corrections, I cannot pick and choose what rules and laws I have to enforce. I can't just decide for myself which is right, which one was wrong. No, you got to enforce all of them. The same thing when I work in force protection. I cannot decide which policies, stuff like that. I can't choose for myself which one I cannot enforce. I can't decide which one I agree with or disagree with. No, I can't do that. I have to force them all, whether I agree with it or not. Yes, you just that is your job. And the customs fish like custom agents, ICE, and everything these liftards hate so much nowadays, they're doing their job. They are enforcing the laws that are on the books. And the Department of Homeland Security Secretary, Nielsen, I call her, she is absolutely right. You just can't pick and choose the laws you want to enforce. You just cannot ignore the law. You just cannot do it. Does it suck? Yes, it does. But it seems that the libtards care more about these illegal immigrant kids than they do about American kids who are fucking suffering by the thousands in the United States. Let's just ignore those kids right there and pay attention to these illegal immigrant kids. We have no idea how they got here. We don't have no idea who their parents are. And we have no idea they've been smuggled across the United States for sex trafficking and stuff like that. Do you know how much sex trafficking goes along our border? Trust me, we did a course on this, part of my training, and you'd be amazed how much sex trafficking is going along across the border. Right there. And well, never mind about that. But I will tell you right now, okay, the issues that the Trump administration is facing right now, it's been issues been going on for a very, very long time, a long ass time. President Trump administration with the Department of Homeland Security Secretary Nelson is out there and enforcing these laws because the past presidents ignored these laws for so many damn years. Obama pretty much gave us open borders and created this damn mess. Bush, by all means, was more concentrated starting fucking wars and fixing immigration policy, and we go back to Clinton, he threatened to crack down on this, but he didn't. We can go back further and further down the damn line on this, and all these laws were passed by past administrations. Yes, they passed these laws a long time ago, and they should be enforced, and they need to be enforced, and that's what Trump's doing, enforcing them. And Trump said it best. The Department of Homeland Security said it best. If you don't like the laws where they are now, then change the damn laws. It is that simple. It is that simple. But unfortunately, the libtards are just too fucking stupid, and a lot of these rhino Republicans are just too stupid to realize this. If they want this issue to be corrected, they want it fixed, then you need to tell Congress the change the damn law. It is that simple. And you shouldn't be mad at Trump. You really shouldn't. You should be mad at the past administrations who ignored this for so many years, for so many damn decades right now, and we're forced to clean up this issue today. You can go on press conferences and everything else, do all these bullshit tours and all these marches, crying crocodile tears, but you're not going to fix the damn issue. Now they're trying to throw out Laura Bush in there, but where was Laura Bush when her husband started all these bullshit wars, brought all these bullshit wars, killing men as kids overseas, shit like that? I mean, where's your outrage on that? I've been around the world, and I can say some of the shit I saw will horrify a lot of damn people, let's put it that way. And I can say you this, how I saw kids treated is nothing. I mean, nothing. How the U.S. is doing. The United States is being humane to these damn kids. If you find out how other countries are treating these kind of type of kids, going back in the Balkans, in the Middle East, shit like that, and with some of the shit's going on there, you'd be amazed if you actually open your eyes and actually pay a fucking attention. Of course, you will not talk about American kids suffering in the United States, I'm talking about all American kids, okay? All races and genders and everything else. That's what I'm talking about right there. That we have a lot of kids in foster care. We have a lot of kids in single parents' homes. We have a lot of kids where their parents broke laws and stuff like that. They wind up in prison. Now they're in foster care and shit like that. Yet there is no outrage on that. All you focus on these illegal immigrant kids being detained because unfortunately they came across the border illegally. And I say a lot of times there's no fault of their own, but a lot of times they were been sent here, forced to come across here. We shouldn't say anything about that. Or a lot of times they've been kidnapped and brought to the U.S. border, and where these people claim this is their kid, and a lot 9 out of 10, it's not their fucking kid. This is the whole insanity of this whole thing. It is totally fucking insane how this is going. Totally fucking insane, I can go on and on and on about the hypocrisy of the fucking left, of the looking libtards and everything else, but I won't do that to you. All I can say is this, if you want these issues fixed, then I suggest you write to which I'm going to do, write to your local congressmen, your local senators, and tell them to fix this. This is not President Trump's fault. This is the past administration's fault. Where I'll go all the way to Clinton on down, all the way up to, I'll say this, I'll go all the way up to Reagan. Yes, I'll go back to Reagan, all the way to Obama. All of them could fix this a long time ago, yet they choose to ignore it. And that's why we're in this mess today. If the past presidents had fixed this issue a long time ago, we wouldn't have this problem today. So if you want to be mad at anybody, be mad at Obama all the way down to Reagan, basically. And that's the best advice I can give you. But I will say this, if you want these laws fixed, my best advice to you is write to your local congressman and senator and demand they fix these laws so these type of issues will not happen again. That's all I got to say about it. God bless you and bye-bye. In